We have a little bit different motivation, and we'll step on that in a second. Just to give you a little bit of background on us, we were formed in 2009. We have offices in Copenhagen and San Francisco, and our executive team is made up of individuals with decades of identity management experience, both in the Microsoft platform and across a number of other platforms, going back into the before identity management was clearly identified as a market segment. So we have quite a bit of experience and quite a bit of interaction with customers to understand what they're looking for in the space and how we can necessarily provide them that solution. And what we found in the forefront identity management area is that there is a definite need for compliance reporting. It's being addressed in one method in the R2 solution for FIM. And we actually have gotten quite a bit of feedback from our customers and partners looking for a very quick to deploy, very low cost, and very easy to implement solution. The barriers to reporting have always been additional complexity and cost, and for a lot of customers, they put reporting on the back burner and we get to it later. Unfortunately, most of us recognize that if a customer puts something off till later, it rarely ever gets completed. So we designed a compliance reporter to provide a solution that does not require any on-site installation of hardware or large implementation of solutions. It is capital cost free, it's a subscription-based solution, and it removes the barriers to implementing reporting for customers by making the process very quick, very easy, and with a 30-day free trial, the ability for them to actually implement the product at no risk. And again, our intention from the beginning has been to take all these barriers to sales and the barriers to reporting away so the customer can see the information they have in their environment, understand the current conditions and the current properties and security issues within their environment, and then start to take appropriate action to remediate those. To achieve that, we've done a service-based solution and implemented a 30-day free trial, so it is very simple and easy to bring that product to the customer. We've also priced it in line with the Forefront Identity Manager solution, so it is a subscription. It's a very low monthly cost for the customer to absorb, and they get value immediately from the product and don't have any large capital cost recovery time. Basically, what we're providing, as I mentioned, is a Azure cloud-based solution. We're reporting on FIM users in groups, properties, and events, and I'll actually let the reports themselves do most of the talking about what we'll be doing. I'll step into the reporting in one tool and just can actually see it running. It's optimized currently for FIM in a box and for existing Forefront Identity Manager deployment. The product cycle also includes for us to extend the schema of the solution and extend the reach of the reporting to incorporate additional sources beyond the FIM service directory if we choose to go that direction. Our technical architecture is very straightforward. We have some services running on the FIM server that extract data from the FIM database. That information is encrypted and sent up into the Azure cloud. You're probably all familiar with Microsoft's Azure deployment. We're in the same Azure facilities as BPOS, as Office 360, as all the other Microsoft cloud-based solutions, benefiting from that very robust architecture, the failover and load balancing and high availability components of the Azure cloud are all available through the Metaconomy solution. And from a privacy and technical standpoint, first of all, their data we're bringing up into the cloud is just user property information coming out of FIM. There is no financial data. There's no medical history or customer data. There's no credit card information. So the major compliance issues around PCI and HIPAA and other personal information is not necessarily an issue for this particular solution. And then on top of that, we have individual partitions for each of our tenants, and we lock the data with a dual key system that ensures that only the customer can see his data and the customer can only see his data. So there is not a way for the HIPAA in the cloud to get made from customer to another, actually all the way down onto the row level in the databases. The roadmap for us has the extension of our reporting into destination management, which is being built right now, so you can actually only verify the current status of your environment, but then have the managers and owners of the users attest to or review the access that each of the users in the organization has and verify if they should be retained or removed. We're adding the ability for the customer to send customized reports and additional properties, as a lot of customers have looked at FIM not just as an AD solution, but extend it to manage additional properties and additional platforms, and we'll be able to incorporate that in the reporting also. We're also looking to add notifications for privileged accounts and a delegated hierarchy so that reports can specifically design for particular groups within the organization, only viewable by those groups. Finance would see its own set of users. IT would be able to see its users, and they'd be able to have their own segregated access. And then the key for the product direction, and we're already moving here, is mobile reporting. As we're finding now with tablets especially, a lot of people are leaving their desks and taking their information with them. And because we're a cloud-based solution and we're very light and easy to access and maneuver, it's natural for mobile reporting to be one of the components that we can support. And from a contact basis, we have Richard Blackman is on the line with us today also, based in our Copenhagen office. And I am, again, Wade Ellery, based in the San Francisco office in the U.S. And we welcome any follow-up, any additional questions anyone has. And I believe this information will be made available to us. You'll have it to reach us if you need to.